What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Lee Rose. And I'm back with another reaction video, man. I know y'all know Gene. I know y'all seen on interviews that he had, man. Hey, look, everybody was taking them interviews a couple months ago about telling everything and doing all that, running their mouths a little bit too much. Now they got a little bit of fear in their heart. Let's get into the video.
Diddy is gonna go to jail for the rest of his life due to various crimes that he's aware that Diddy did. Diddy had his day in court. He was found guilty on 2 of the lesser charges. That's probably gonna see Diddy free in about a year or two.
No boy.
But he didn't get found guilty of the RICO. Gene Deal has done several interviews reacting to this verdict, and he can't seem to get.
Did I not just say that? You know what I'm saying? I ain't even watched the video yet. You feel? This shit freehand smooth. You feel me? Freestyle. They don't know about that.
Over it. I knew that things were getting somber and desperate when Gene Deal tried to imply that Diddy getting off on the RICO was this grand conspiracy between the judge and the jurors.
What was the situation regarding the judge where his rules wasn't being followed? Can you give me the backstory behind that?
Bruh, that's how you knew the shit was foul. The head of the juror on the first day said, we have somebody in here that's not following your instructions. The judge was supposed to bring all them back in there and gave his instructions. But what he did was he sent them back in there and said, y'all deliberate again. He sent them back in there and said, y'all deliberate again.
See you like he don't look scared right there, do he? Somebody asked me about like, do he look scared? He look like a nigga to run him out. I mean, I ain't trying to say. I just believe they spoke on it just because they knew what was probably about to happen. They knew the feds were about to grab him, man. How people was talking like they didn't want him to come home. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But you got to know that if you kept your mouth closed that long, you should have just stayed quiet. But people open up their mouth for some dollars, man. They ain't even doing it off the real. Oh, I just want to let people know stuff. They doing it because people paying them to do it.
And they come back with a verdict. I said it. If they reach the verdict before the 4th, we ain't gonna get the racketeering, we ain't gonna get the RICO. So that person who didn't do it and wasn't following the rules and regulation and everything like that, they're probably one of the strongest jurors. And that's why they probably came out with they didn't follow the instructions of the judge.
That jury pool had one black man after the other black man got thrown off the jury mid-trial. I don't feel like they were colluded in favor of Diddy. I don't even feel like that's a possibility. I feel like
yes, you do. Like that, they know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm a tight. Yeah, I can say what I want. But look, he know that it's on tight. The dude probably ain't Gene. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't never said what Gene said was bullshit. I believe what he be talking about. I believe that. I just believe that I just want to. Why you say something if you want to say something, Gene? Like Diddy ain't backdoor you or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the problem, folks? Let me know.
If you would have put anyone in those seats and they look at the RICO requirements, bro, they're coming back with not guilty. But the one thing that's very interesting, like that I pointed out, and the interviewer also pointed out too, when Gene Deal talks about this case, he puts himself on the side of the prosecutors, right? Like when he says, yo, if the deliberation comes back before the 4th, we ain't gonna get the RICO. We ain't gonna get the trafficking. We, like, what do you mean we?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like,
hold on.
Are you the one that's charging or trying to prosecute Diddy? Are you
for real though? Like,
you in favor of this man getting a RICO? So the interviewer calls him out on it, and Gene Deal, to his credit, he fessed up. He admits that, yes, I want Diddy to get a RICO and do the rest of his life in jail.
What?
That's what
Why
they
you
thought.
say we didn't get a RICO? You was hoping he got followed.
Everybody asked him. Everybody asked you. Why you say that?
I don't know what's wrong with these new wave cats.
What's up?
That nigga could walk through hell with gasoline drawers on in my book, man. I don't give a fuck about him.
But so why you ain't been say nothing though? Ain't nobody taking over Diddy now. But why you didn't been say nothing? Like why I take for a nigga? You think because you think a nigga gone for the rest of their life, you willing to tell them? Could these people told you, and you getting money at the same time? If that's the case, why you ain't been speak up? Why a person out? That's what a real man to do. Now we calling this talking about, oh, you don't care about him now. You don't care about him now because you think his life gone. You thought his life was over with. Now we're gonna be looking for Gene when Diddy get out. Where he gonna be at? Under a rock?
You understand? How you gonna care about a nigga that wish you dead? That's telling niggas, yo, if you see Gene, do dirt to him. And what I mean, we, the taxpayers, we the people went at him.
Nah.
Nah.
Don't put us in your malarkey, man. That's not how this works, okay, Gene?
Hell nah.
Just because somebody is on trial and our taxpayers is being used to prosecute this person doesn't mean that all taxpayers or all civilians is against this person or on the opposing side of this person.
Yeah.
There's people who have been in trial where, like the popular opinion is this person is innocent and they've been in favor of this person. No, don't turn your personal vendetta against Diddy into our problem. Cut it out, bro.
For real.
No, you cannot unwear that statement. You talking about this man being on trial. This man is being prosecuted by the feds, and you're talking about we.
Yeah.
Why do you feel like you're on the same team as the feds?
Because he helped them. Like they built the case with some of the things that he said. Like if the closest person is to Diddy, that's who they wanted. They ain't want nobody else. How else could they bring them down? If don't nobody know nothing. They ain't gonna get the furthest person away from they used to see on probably every goddamn blue moon. They got them people like Gene that was right next to him. You knew exactly what he was doing. That's the ones they got. That's why he went against it. Cause they scared the hell out of him, told him he was gonna get a charge or whatever like that if he don't talk. You know, so I don't mind taking nobody down and shit. How they be doing it, but if you gonna take a nigga down, then say something. Don't wait until a nigga get locked up till a nigga you think a nigga ain't there no more. Then you wanna you so against me now. Cause if I was Diddy, I got that, like, you know what I'm saying?
We the people that form a more perfect union. When we hire these government people in here to do the job they supposed to do the job of the people. If they brought them to court and they had charges on them, they were supposed to charge them all the charges they supposed to.
See, now I'm pissed off. Now I'm pissed off because that man, he going too hard. Like, how you that mad, but you want that mad early? If y'all get what I'm saying. Like, what's up, Gene? Like, what's up?
The hat on him.
This is unlike anything I've ever seen before. This man is so contaminated with hatred for Diddy, bro. He's now telling the prosecutors, who, by the way, got law degrees, who, by the way, study the law for a living and apply the law for a living. He's now telling them they ain't do their job. They ain't charged Diddy with everything he's been charged with. That man got charged with a RICO, homie. He was facing life in prison, and you're saying that's still not enough. They still ain't do their job. They still ain't charge him with enough. Nah, son.
The hell you want him to do?
You wanted this man to do what? Double life?
Like what you? What the hell you want him to do? Cut his damn head off?
In jail or something, bro? What's wrong? Excuse. And also, too, we've heard street dudes tell that lie all the time that I believe that it would have probably applied to Jane Dill because Jane Dill is in the streets. Y'all remember when street dudes used to say, because nowadays they want to snitch on their ops, but y'all remember when street dudes used to say, man, I wouldn't wish jail on my worst enemy, man.
Yeah.
Man, free my ops so we can get this.
Yeah.
Y'all remember when street dudes actually sought street justice or actually wanted street justice and they looked at the feds locking up the op as a bad thing?
Yeah.
Gene Dill, who's from the streets, is now saying, nah, man. I don't want no smoke with Diddy, man. I don't want him in the free world. I don't want no
want him in jail
doing
the most. Like that's how most of these niggas is. But the only thing I can say about Gene, he up front for most of these niggas be hide when they rats and shit. They like to hide. You know what I'm saying? Like hide and do the work with the people behind it. Like, you know what I'm saying? He working with them on front scene and interviews and every goddamn thing. My boy. Like y'all gonna be rats standing on it. Do your thing. But damn, like Gene out there. He scared it up though, but he out there though.
I'm like, come on, bro. Gene, like, this is pathetic, man. This is not cool, bro.
It's not though.
So they didn't. So anybody that's mad at me and you can love your enemies. That's you. Me and you different.
What you think about Cassie asking the judge not to give Diddy a bail?
How do I feel about Cassie asking the judge not to give him bail? She has every right. She has every right. Listen here, bro. I heard Cassie getting a lot of flack on the internet right now.
I'm still stuck on why the fuck you ain't been help or why you ain't been say that then, nigga. For it always take the black man. I don't like this shit, but like I don't like that either. You feel me? But I don't like this shit though. Niggas that was I don't know, man.
And I heard guys and people saying that she's a co-conspirator. She wanted it. She orchestrated the whole thing. Half the thing, she was part of it. I even know that, and I'm hearing that guys are saying she was victimizing them also. I don't know how you can victimize. Well, you can, I guess. A prostitute if they coming to have sex and they coming to being a prostitute. I guess you can. They could be victimized.
I want to know if he gonna stand on that same business when Diddy get out. I want to like. I know some people ain't gonna care. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't want to see, but he is gonna get out. Sad to say, but I want to know if there's people that was reaching out and saying different things about him is gonna still say things about him. Not saying that they supposed to be scared. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be scared of him. If I said something about him, I would say it still while he was out. I just want to know if these people are still gonna do these interviews like this, man. I want to know if they gonna, you know what I'm saying, hold that flag. I want to know.
If somebody 109 pounds wet beat you up or whatever like that, I guess you could be victimized on that.
I'm not saying I don't enjoy some Gene Deal interviews. I'm saying it's just probably time to stop interviewing Gene Deal about Diddy. Right now, Gene Deal is at the stage of haterade that Gene Deal just lacks any and all objectivity. He doesn't have it. Now, if Gene Deal would have said, man, I don't believe that Cassie did those things, that's one argument. But the claim that Cassie is incapable of, Cassie lacks the capability of doing so, it's crazy.
He just said
it's
anything.
Lunatic.
Like,
look at what
at this point, he's just a Diddy hater. You know what I'm saying? Other people got their rights, their reasons why they don't like that man. You know what I'm saying? I got my reason why I don't like him. But I wouldn't do that what he doing right now. He's sick in the head. Like, you going hard, but I want to know why you ain't say it ain't nothing wrong with he's saying either. Don't get me wrong, except for that shit that he just said. But the shit that he was saying when he was like, oh, goddamn, why the prosecution didn't do this, why they didn't do that, but why you didn't say nothing? Why Diddy was out? Why this shit was going down? Why you ain't let people know what was going on? We're gonna let you think about that. But yeah, I'm out of here. Lee Rose.